The tutor's chalk snapped in half when little Tark, the maid's black son, whispered, "Sir, your equation's wrong." The whole class froze. The white billionaire's son, Liam Whitmore, looked up in disbelief. Their teacher sneered. "You? Correct me? You clean floors, boy. Remember your place." But Tark didn't flinch. His mother, Keisha, stood at the door holding her mop, watching her son be humiliated in the same mansion where she scrubbed marble floors that would never reflect her worth. Liam smirked the way he'd seen his father do, as if intelligence was something inherited with money. But that night, when Liam failed yet another test, it wasn't a Harvard tutor or his father's wealth that came to save him. It was the same boy they mocked, the one who refused to bow. Because sometimes the lesson life teaches doesn't come from the top of the class. It comes from the bottom of the hierarchy. If this already made your blood boil, hit like and subscribe right now, because stories like this are still happening, and the world needs to hear them. The next morning, sunlight poured through the mansion's tall glass windows, but couldn't brighten the tension inside. Liam sat at a dining table big enough for 20 people, staring at another failed math paper. His father, Mr. Whitmore, folded the newspaper without looking up. 3 tutors in 2 months, Liam. Do you plan to embarrass me again? His voice was smooth like steel, expensive, sharp, and cold. Liam swallowed. I'm trying, Dad. I just try harder, Mr. Whitmore snapped. You'll never inherit my company if you can't even solve a basic equation. Across the room, Keisha quietly dusted the piano, pretending not to hear. Her son, Tark, waited in the hallway with his backpack, ready to walk her home after work. He saw the look in her eyes, pride mixed with pain. She whispered, "Some people think money equals intelligence. Don't ever let them make you forget who you are." Outside, as they walked to the servants' gate, Tark looked back at the mansion's golden windows. He didn't know it yet, but soon, those same windows would witness a lesson no billionaire could ever buy. That afternoon, Liam's new tutor, Mr. Carter, a proud Harvard graduate, arrived in a black suit and arrogance. He glanced at Keisha mopping the floor and muttered, "Curious." They let house staff stay during academic instruction now. Keisha forced a polite smile. "I'll be gone in a moment, sir." But before she could leave, Liam slammed his book shut. "This is useless. None of this makes sense." Carter sighed loudly. "It doesn't make sense because you're not applying your mind. You have all the privilege and none of the brains." Liam's face turned red. "Then teach me better." "Teach you?" Carter scoffed. "Son, if you can't grasp what 12-year-olds in public schools do, maybe business is your only future." Keisha froze mid-step. Her son, Tark, had been quietly listening from the doorway. He clenched his fists. "Sir, I can explain that problem to him." The room fell silent. Carter turned, his tone dripping with disgust. "You? The maid's son?" Tark met his eyes, steady, calm, fearless. "Yes, sir. Because maybe the problem isn't the student, maybe it's the teacher." Mr. Carter's smirk vanished. Liam stared at Tark, confused, embarrassed, and suddenly curious. The storm had just begun. If this happened right in front of you, what would you do? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. And if you want justice as much as I do, hit subscribe. That night, when the mansion fell silent, Liam knocked softly on the servant's door. Tark opened it, surprised. "My dad can't know I'm here," Liam whispered. "But can you help me? Just once." Tark looked at his mom. Keisha hesitated, then nodded slowly. "Only if you're ready to learn with respect," she said. They sat at the small kitchen table, under a flickering bulb. Tark spread out Liam's messy notes. "You keep trying to memorize formulas," he said. "Math isn't about memorizing. It's about understanding why." Liam frowned. "Nobody ever said that." "Because they teach you to repeat, not to think," Tark replied, sketching a graph. "When you see the curve, you feel the answer." For the first time Liam saw it, the numbers made sense. One simple explanation from a kid his father would never hire, and everything clicked. They met again the next night, and the next. Each session, Liam learned more, not just equations, but humility. In a mansion built on arrogance, a quiet revolution had begun at a kitchen table. 3 weeks later, Carter stormed into Mr. Whitmore's study, red with anger. "Sir, your son has been getting outside help." "From them." Mr. Whitmore frowned. "From who?" "The maid's boy. That child's been tutoring Liam behind our backs." Within minutes, Keisha and Tarek were called into the study. Mr. Whitmore's voice was ice. "You've been teaching my son? In my house?" "Yes, sir," Keisha said softly. "My boy was only helping him understand." "You allowed your child to undermine a Harvard tutor?" Before she could answer, Tarek stepped forward. "With respect, sir, I didn't undermine him. I just explained things in a way Liam understood." Carter snapped. "You? Explain calculus? You don't belong near those books." Mr. Whitmore's expression hardened. "You're fired, Keisha. Pack your things and be gone by morning." Liam jumped to his feet. "Dad, stop. He's the one who actually taught me. You've paid that man thousands, and he never taught me anything." "Enough," his father barked. "Don't offend them. They work for us, not with us." But deep down, Liam's anger had already turned into something stronger. The realization that the real teacher was the one they'd just cast out. The next morning, the mansion felt colder than ever. Tarek and Keisha stood by the door, their bags packed. But before they could leave, Liam marched into his father's office, trembling but determined. "Dad, if you think Tarek doesn't belong here, prove it," he said. "Mr." Whitmore looked up from his desk. "What did you say?" "Test me. Right now. Give me anything. Calculus, geometry, whatever you want. If I fail, you can fire them. But if I pass, you owe them an apology." Carter laughed. "This is ridiculous." "Then you shouldn't be afraid," Liam shot back. Mr. Whitmore scribbled a complex problem on the whiteboard. Liam took the marker, hand shaking, and then he remembered Tarek's words. "Don't memorize. Understand why." Step by step, he solved it, explaining each line clearly, confidently. When he finished, the room fell silent. "Mister." Whitmore checked the solution twice. It was flawless. "How did you learn this?" he whispered. Liam turned to Tarek. "From the kid you thought wasn't worth listening to." Carter's face burned red. Mr. Whitmore finally exhaled, the sound of pride breaking into humility. For the first time, the billionaire saw what true genius really looked like. For a long moment, no one spoke. Then Mr. Whitmore set the marker down and faced Tarek. "I was wrong," he said quietly. "About you, about everything." Keisha blinked, unsure if she'd heard correctly. Mr. Whitmore turned to Carter. "You're dismissed, effective immediately." Carter's mouth opened protest, but one look ended it. He left in silence, his pride dragging behind him. Mr. Whitmore looked back at Tarek. "You taught my son more in 3 weeks than men with degrees did in years. If you're willing, I'd like you to continue, officially this time, and I'll cover your education. No one that brilliant should be held back by class or color." Keisha's eyes filled with tears. Tarek only nodded, too stunned to speak. Liam smiled, not with arrogance but gratitude. He finally understood that respect wasn't something inherited, it was earned. That night, as the mansion lights dimmed, 2 families, once divided by power, shared the same table for dinner. The world outside hadn't changed, but inside that house, something had healed. If you believe this should never happen again, share this now. And to my USA, UK, and Canadian viewers, your voice is power. Use it.